Hello and welcome to Alison and welcome to you who are watching this series. This is a surprise because we are speaking English. Alison is one of the real absolute first Donna Divina alchemists. She's been there from the beginning supporting this beautiful female movement. And I just wanted you to know her also here in our protected environment in the Donna Divina Facebook group. And Alison speaks a lot of languages, but no German. So before we start, Alison, would you like to just shortly introduce yourself?
I would love to. So it is an honor and a pleasure to be here. And yes, I've been wanting to learn German, so it can be much easier to communicate with all the beautiful German women in the Donna Divina community. I've been with Donna Divina, like Ariane said, for so many years, and it has been my home. It is really where I have discovered the fullness of who I am. I was born in Mauritius, which is a paradise on earth, and it has really connected also to my mission. So part of my discovery of who I am as a woman has also been the discovery of the paradise that is inside me, which is really connected to the home. The home I find in myself, the home I find in discovering all the different aspects of being woman.
Beautiful, thank you. And I know also you're a mother of 4 beautiful, beautiful children. And what is your work?
I work as a teacher. That is my daily job. And I am working to create my own Donna Divina alchemist workshops and sessions. And my work is to bring the reconnection of the divine essence back into the world today. And primarily through women, but I also work with children a lot.
And I know every time we have the privilege to work together, it's just totally powerful alchemy. And you have supported so many initiations, we cannot count them anymore. In all these different countries, she has been called to initiate women to their innate greatness, right? So our series here in our Facebook circle, which is really a beautiful growing community, Alison. I'm so sorry you're not part of it because it's amazingly powerful and so many beautiful things happen here. So what has come up is that we have actually stepped up to the full truth and said, yes, we are going not to fake it any longer. We are just going to speak out because we have, like we all know, the first portal to the initiation to the Donna Divina is the full truth, right? So we are like discovering, exploring in these interviews what has been the lack in our femininity. Like, oops, you have a dog there.
I'm babysitting the dog.
This is also a job you have on the side. Anyway, what is the lack in the female consciousness that we all share? And I don't know, I know you very well, and I know we've gone through loads of these holes of lack of lead and transformed them into gold. But I also know that you have an incredible free female sexuality. So I'm just letting you free flow to share whatever you want to contribute to the circle here, because I know many, many women in here, like, I'm disconnected from my sexuality. I have so much lack in sexuality. And I know how important it is to clear up the mess. So just go on. Just go ahead.
I'm excited actually to speak about this because it is the most amazing portal, this one, the body. And I think for me, sexuality, rediscovering my sexuality and entering into the fullness of my sexuality came through the reconnection to my body. And I think this is really the key for me, going back inside the body, bringing presence and awareness back inside the body. And the place where I can see and feel so many women are blocked is the whole sacred area of the the womb. And it is something that our society doesn't give the space for. It is something that is secret, that is cut off, that we've also been taught from when we were very young to shame, to be ashamed of. And the sacred sexuality that I feel really is my life energy. And there's a little bit of confusion. There's like a division between that, like sex is in one place and life energy is in a different place, and they don't combine together. So when I really stepped into my full power, and again, in the whole context and home of Donna Divina, I couldn't stop the flow of my sexuality coming through. Like, it was exploding. It wanted to be felt. It wanted to be heard. And I remember so clearly, for many dark nights, I stayed with myself and I imagined, actually, it wasn't really imagining, it was my body speaking to me, telling me, I want to be touched like this. I want to be felt like this. I want to engage in an intimacy in this way. Like, my body was speaking to me, and they were messages that really I probably hadn't been listening to for all these years, because of my intimate relationship with my husband was in a certain way. There's kind of an acceptance of that. Oh, it just is that way, even though there might be some dissatisfaction. Like, you know, your heart's like, wait, I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more. I want it this way. And it's habit, kind of, you know, it's habit that that had stopped me from listening to myself. So when this explosion came through, and the explosion of my deep desires for intimacy in my particular way, I couldn't not listen to it.
So just to ask you for clarity, this explosion and this freeing of your life force, female, own in your body sexuality, do you need a man for this?
It happened first inside me.
Yeah, because that's something I always want to tell every woman who's listening to us.
Yes.
You know, female sexuality lives inside of you. You don't need a man to be fulfilled.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's, I'll share something very intimate. Like, I think this is a confusion as well, right? Because when this energy comes through, we are somehow trained that we need to live it out with a man or a woman, or in some physical sexual way. But what I did was I opened into it, and I would feel it coming through even when I was driving a car, for example. Like, I maybe because I was in the car and the vibration of the motor, I could feel it inside me. And I would just let that flow. Like, that was the energy flow coming up, and just letting that come. And it was like making love to myself. And it wasn't a physical sexual act. It was, oh, this is the life flow coming through me, and it's coming up through my body. It's very physical, and allowing that. And it gave me energy. It gave me energy to move in the world. It fed it fed all kinds of expression, creative expression inside me. And it just fed all the parts of me that wanted to be out.
Amazing.
And open and be seen and be heard to myself.
So how exactly did this awakening happen to you?
How exactly? Liberation. The liberation that was taking place step by step. The liberation that was taking place because of accepting all the parts of me. There was nothing I was trying to shut down anymore. There was nothing I was trying to close. I was like, okay, this is here now, open, open, open. This is here now, open, open, open. And just surrendering to what was present. And then that allowed the flow to come through. And it's also a conscious step into the body. It's
Yes.
really a conscious step into the body and being present and allowing the body to be alive.
Yeah. But I've noticed this working with many women, that very often women are not living inside their bodies. Was
Mm-hmm.
that the case for you as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
how, if you would like, just imagine a woman is listening to us like right now and said, yeah, I would like to go back into my body, but how? What would you tell her?
Ah, um, so I started with movement. It was the time in my life when I included movement as part of my daily practice, and and I'm not, I was very clear that this was a very precious part of my life. So I did the 5 Tibetans every morning, and doing the exercises every morning brought me automatically into my body and breathing into my body. And
And I would like to add, you did them because you went through the initiation, you know. This is very, very
absolutely,
important, because I think if we just try to do some movement at home, it will not happen. It's like the starting point for us and for so many hundreds of women in the meantime is go through the initiation and then do the practice, and then you will see this female sexuality is inside of you. It will be.
yes, absolutely. And maybe I'm taking for granted that everybody who is listening has been through the
No, no,
initiation
no, not
retreat.
at all.
Yeah, so it's absolutely, absolutely, it was born within the retreat, because we have such a focus on body and movement, and this is where the body really was born. And actually it was not born, but ignited again, activated again, because we are born with this awareness. It's a natural awareness when we are born. And then with life, with time, it's disconnected. And with Donna Divina and the practice of the embodiment of the practice, yes, definitely. It is through the movement that was activated in me.
Yes, and
Within the
then
retreat.
keeping it open in daily life, yeah, and then somewhere around you reconnect to her life force, and then my personal experience is, and you can tell about yours, is then I am fulfilled and I don't need to look outside for anything anymore,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And now, then you, what I understood from what you shared before, then you notice there is the lack in the sex, in the sexuality exchange with my husband, and she wants something different. So how did you deal with this then? How did you transform this? I'm getting very intimate, I know, and you only share what you feel to share, right?
Okay, so the lack of uh, of the fulfillment of her deep wishes for fulfillment didn't just start with my ex-husband, who is now my ex. This is how it sort of manifested. It happened since I was a teenager, or even before, because at that time I wasn't connected to her. I was following a way, and I wasn't following her way. So it was actually a pattern that was formed, and it was the awakening within the divine woman inside me that became aware of this. I mean, you always know a little bit, right? Because you feel the dissatisfaction inside. So she's always giving you a message of, you want more, you deserve more, you need more, she needs more. You know, that message is always coming through somehow, you know, because she never gives up on you, ever, ever, ever. She's always there sending messages. And so it wasn't a search for a sexual relationship that changed. It was, I am living me.
Mm-hmm.
I am in my power. So whatever sexual relationship comes into my life, or intimate relationship, it naturally will be that way,
Mm-hmm.
because
From
I was
the
in
inside
connection with,
out. Yeah.
yes,
from the inside out. So that's a beautiful message I want to sum up for everybody listening, because you expressed it so graciously right now, is when I am connected with her inside, I don't have to work on my outer relationships. It will just happen naturally that she takes over and they become these amazing, fulfilling relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the truth and our direct experience. And of course, we wish for every woman to be able to experience this, because once the sexual flow inside, the female sexual flow inside, this life energy is liberated, all of your life has another color. Doesn't matter wherever the block or the leg is, you know.
Absolutely. And it actually did happen like that. The intimate relationship that came into my life actually landed on my doorstep. Like literally, he landed on my doorstep. I didn't go looking. No, it just arrived to me. And it was the most precious gift, because it was like the universe. She was giving me this gift of, now, darling, you can live out your pure sexual energy in love and intimacy. And it was I'm very grateful for that. Very, very grateful.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alison, for your time, for your openness. I mean, this is really courageous. You know, you don't even can speak to the German women in our circle right now. So please, if you're inspired by Alison's sharing, if you have questions for her, you can write them in German. We will translate them for her and she will answer, because she is in the group. And if you can speak in English, please write in English to her. And whatever you are inspired to share right now, just write it under the comments. We are here for you. As you know, we offer our free alchemy sessions to have a personal contact with you and see when it's your time to come to the initiation, because she wants you happy now.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. There's no more time to lose, to live this juiciness of life. So beautiful.
So is there any last sweet or powerful message you would like to share with our circle here before we end our interview today?
Yes, I would love to share a blessing. I would love to share a blessing. So my blessing and my prayer is that all women and all women in this group awaken to the light, to her light that shines within, so that you may really enjoy the richness and the abundance and the beauty that is inside you now.
Wow, thank you so much. And so it is.
And so it is. And thank you so much for inviting me for this interview.
Thanks, sweetheart. And just talk to us, speak to us. We're here for you. Thank you for your presence, which makes all this possible. Bye-bye.
Bye.